Hey everyone, Dennis K here with Belize Islands Real Estate. Hope you are doing well today. Today is, Wednesday, April 22nd. Just want to give a little update to my clients and future clients regarding the Belize real estate market. Many of you are emailing me and calling me. We're having these fantastic conversations over Zoom, which, by the way, if you want to set up a Zoom appointment with me, go ahead and email me. Address is denniskii@gmail.com. We can set up a free 15 to 30-minute consultation, talk about what you're looking to do in Belize, how you're looking to invest, what your short and long-term goals are, and I'll see if I can help you out any way, shape, or form. But a lot of you guys are coming to me because you're already involved in some sort of real estate investments, or you're learning about real estate in the U.S. or Canada. And you might be following guys like Grant Cardone or Robert Kiyosaki, and some of these other guys who are really into the long-term cash flow, the rental income, and you're sort of thinking, can I use that model down in Belize? Can I use that model of buying either a single-family home or a small apartment building, or maybe even a larger complex like a boutique hotel? And you're thinking to yourself, I wonder if I can make the cash flow system work in Belize like it works in the U.S. and Canada. Now, there are different ways that you can invest in Belize real estate. I cover these in other videos, so I won't go into detail regarding all of them, but just let me say that the overall way that Robert Kiyosaki invests, and the overall way that Grant Cardone invests, in other words, going in and finding a large apartment building that he can put 20% down on, finance the rest with a bank. Maybe he's paying 3.5, 4.5 percentage points to the bank, go into the apartment building, he'll make some minor improvements, maybe like adding washers and dryers or doing something else to improve the quality of the rental units or the property itself, enough so that it warrants raising the rents. So they'll raise the rents, they'll get a good cash flow going, they'll refinance with the bank to pull some money out, and then as the renters make their rent payments, they cover the mortgage, they'll cover the capital expenditures, like if the place needs a new roof or a new carpet or something like that. They'll pay the taxes, the insurance on the place, and then what's left over, that little pocket of money that's left over, that's called cash flow. And so if you have a building of, let's say you have a 12-unit apartment complex, and you're making $100 or $200 or $300 per unit cash, net profit at the end, well, that's the goal, right? The problem is that model does not work very well in Belize because of primarily one thing, and that is the cost of money. In Belize, the local banks will loan on properties. They'll give you a loan for a single-family home or a fourplex or larger apartment building, but the banks want a solid 40 to 50% down payment. Okay, so that's a pretty big check to write at some of those properties, and their interest rates are 10.5% to 12%, and their amortizations are a lot shorter. So you're not going to be able to have a 30-year mortgage at 4 or 5 points like you can in the U.S. or Canada right now. You're going to look at 10.5% to 12% interest and maybe a 10 or 12-year am. So you think about what you can get in rent long term. There's just no spread there. All right, you can't service the debt at that high percentage rate and take care of the building properly and have the tenants pay a reasonable amount in rent. Your rent would have to be so high that you never get the price for it. So what I have found is that it is better for most people, not everyone, but it is better for most people to invest in Belize real estate and hold notes or mortgages. I've done this very successfully myself. I've helped people to do it as well. Many of my clients have purchased property, either beachfront or off-beach property, and then they turn around and sell those properties once those properties have enough appreciation. And what causes the appreciation? Well, it's not just time going by. What causes appreciation is an area that begins to develop and has certain key milestones that it achieves. For example, right now I have lots for sale, off-beach lots, that currently do not have electric, they do not have water, they do not even have road access, okay? So you're saying, well, what's the benefit of buying something like that? Well, simple. Those types of properties, you can get in at a very low cost because you can't access them right now. Okay, so you're thinking, well, if I can't access the property, doesn't have any electric, doesn't have any water, then who's going to want it? Well, here's the thing. You don't buy such properties simply in the middle of nowhere. For example, right now, you can go online and you can research properties all over Belize, and you come up with some fantastic deals that are on the mainland that are absolutely beautiful, but totally in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking deep in the bush, all right, deep in the jungle. Again, maybe there's a dirt trail leading to them, but they're way out there. And I'm telling you what, 10 years from now, those properties will not have gone up in value because there's nothing driving them. All right, there's nothing that's going to improve their desirability. What I recommend is looking for these deals in the path of progress that are just close enough to benefit from other development that's happening in the area. For example, if you see a property on Ambergris Caye and it's about, let's say, 4 or 5 blocks away from having road access, that's pretty close. You're thinking, a builder could bring in a couple of truckloads of fill and a bulldozer, and within literally a couple hours, he can bust in a road to that lot. Okay, so it's not unreasonable. Whereas if you find a property in Ambergris Caye that is, let's say, a mile or 2 away from having road access, and there's other obstacles in the way, well, that's a little bit more risky. So what I recommend is that my clients look for properties that are in the path of progress, that will have a reason to go up in value. This is for investment, by the way. This is not necessary to build on or to have a vacation home on. This is strictly for investment. And then once something happens to that property or around that property to cause property values to increase, boom, put it back on the market with seller financing. The most common way sellers offer financing in Belize is called the 10-10-10 program. They'll ask for 10% down, charge 10% interest, and they'll go for 10, 15, sometimes 20-year AMs. But 10-10-10 is the most basic. Now, why is this attractive to a buyer? Well, again, properties in Belize, if they were to finance through a local bank, banks want how much? 40 to 50% down. Interest rates at banks are 10.5 to 12% interest, and AMs are short. Plus, the banks require things like life insurance policies. You might have to pay a couple points, loan origination fees. So buyers are very attracted to seller carry finance properties. Most buyers will not use financing for 5 or 10 or 15 years, but it allows them to get in the game now, put a small amount of money down, secure their property, and then they plan on paying it off usually within 3 to 5 years. Not always, but usually that's the time frame my clients are looking for. Now, how does that benefit you as the property investor? Well, think about this. You bought a property. You took a chance in a way because you bought a property that was in the path of progress. You had the patience to wait. Maybe you waited for 12 months, 24, 36 months. During that 36 months, your carrying costs were almost zero because property taxes in Belize and lots like that are $75 a year, okay? So carrying costs are nothing. Boom, you put it back on the market, find a buyer, the buyer puts 10% down, and now they're making payments to your bank account or to your IRA every month, and you're making 10 points, all right? So it's a win-win for you. The buyer's happy. The buyer's happy to pay 10%. All of my buyers that I've written up in the past, I would say 12 years, have all paid 10% interest, except for one guy. One guy talked me down to 8.5%, but there were some other things going on in that deal. But 10% interest, the buyers are happy to pay 10% because it allows them to get a decent property at a good price that they can pay off. In the big scheme of things, doesn't matter the interest they pay. But you, as the seller, now you're making a solid 10 points. All right, 10 points every single month, that money's coming in, and you're not doing anything for it. So going back to the Robert Kiyosaki and Grant Cardone method, if you're a smaller investor, small fry, so to speak, and you just have, say, $100,000, $200,000 to invest into apartment building, you know what? You're probably going to be doing a lot of the work yourself. You might be cutting the grass, replacing windows, fixing some electrical, spending your nights and weekends going over to the property, handling plumbing issues. Why? Because the apartment buildings that you could probably afford, you can't afford to have a property manager to watch over it, to handle all your business. So and this thing is supposed to be income with as little stress as possible, not income with more stress. So maybe you already own a business, you already have a full-time job, but you've heard that if you get into real estate investing, you're going to be able to have some extra cash. That's true, but what is the price of that extra cash? Give an example. If you own an apartment building, and let's say you're making an extra $1,000, $1,500 a month, but now you're spending how many hours a week extra servicing the apartment building, collecting the rents, doing your taxes, fixing the toilet, doing all that. Whereas for, let's say, an investor like me, if I have a beachfront property that I've sold that I'm collecting $1,500, $1,800 a month on, and I'm charging 10 points interest, all I have to do is run the check. Right? I don't have any worries with that property. I don't have any worries if the roof leaks, if the renters move out. There is no such thing as that. And so I find it's a really good way to invest in Belize real estate. And the good thing right now with this coronavirus outbreak is that many of you are going to have access to funds in your 401k or your IRA, and you might be thinking, you know what, I want to do something with these funds. I want to put them somewhere safe, somewhere that doesn't have the extreme volatility that maybe where my money is now, and I want to diversify. And so some of you are going to be able to take advantage of some of the good deals in Belize with that IRA money, with the self-directed 401k money. You can invest that. And again, I think you can do a lot better than you can investing right now in the U.S. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any comments, questions, concerns. I'm looking forward to working with you guys. And just so you know, over the past weeks, we've written up several deals. All of them have been financing deals. All of them have been win-win for the buyer and the seller. Both parties have been extremely happy. And we have some really good deals right now on Secret Beach. We have some off-beach deals. We have some beachfront deals. And actually, there's some really, really good deals. If someone is out there right now with an IRA or self-directed 401k, and you can take out, say, 80, 90,000, there are some outstanding opportunities. If you can pay cash for beachfront properties on Ambergris Cays northeast side. You know I'm a big fan of the west side because of the no seagrass, just pristine water, Secret Beach, all that. And I'm still bullish on the area. But there are some fantastic deals northeast facing the reef, facing the Caribbean Sea. Yeah, I'm trying to get liquid myself right now to take advantage of a few of these deals. So I might be unloading a couple of my notes or a couple of my own properties to raise some cash, taking advantage of these other opportunities. So there's a lot going on, guys. There's a lot going on right now in Ambergris Cays. So I hope this finds you doing well, staying safe, you and your family, your loved ones. If you want to ask me any questions, let's set up a Zoom meeting. Again, email me, DennisKii@gmail.com. People say, what's that stand for? Well, I'm the second, Dennis K the second. My dad's the first. So my Gmail is DennisKii@gmail.com. All right, thanks a lot. Hope to hear from you soon. And next time we all can travel, hopefully that's soon, let's all meet together at Secret Beach. Have a big old party there. We'll go to Secret Beach Bar and Grill. Bellikins and ceviche on me. Let's go in there. Let's ride the jet skis, swim in the waters, snorkel, paddleboard. Just get as much sun as we can. Soak up that sunshine and that Belizean spirit. And we're going to have a fantastic time together in the future. So, again, all the best. See you soon.